FCEL stock, FuelCell Energy Inc. So for the last trading session, which was the session on the 14th of April 2022, the stock closed at $5.26 and only 9.3 million shares crossed the tape, which is regarded as below average. And the folks at Investor Place are reminding us that FuelCell Energy or FuelCell Energy Inc. is a worldwide distributor and manufacturer of fuel cells, offering a carbon capture solution called Short Source. Through its molten carbon fuel cell technology, FuelCell Energy sequestrates carbon and greenhouse emissions from existing coal and gas-fired power plants. And yes, this is exactly what it is. So it's that molten carbon fuel cell, which is what is inside that Short Source. That is a product. The product FuelCell Energy sells to its clients or customers. So it has it has this molten carbonate fuel cell that operates at very high temperatures, up to 600 degrees centigrade. So the inside that molten carbonate fuel cells, it's obviously, like I indicated earlier on, it's for natural gas, biogas, and the carbonate itself is derived from anaerobic digestion or biomass gasification. And yes, so that's a diagram of that fuel cell. This is a schematic of it all. So in it here you have the base here is what is it called? It's a beta alumina solid electrolyte base, and then here you now have where the oxygen and carbon dioxide comes in, and then here is the here you have the hydrogen coming in here, and there's the carbon dioxide and the oxygen mixed together, and you have an unstable carbon molecule, carbonate molecule that the hydrogen combines with. So all in all, on this side of this cell, it is much hotter, and on this side it's somewhat colder. Obviously, having oxygen and carbon dioxide coming in here, this side of the cell will be a lot cooler, and this side having hydrogen coming in and also water steam coming out, it's likely to be much hotter. So because of that, there's a potential difference. As such, you have electrons going in from here, this hot part, to the cold part. That's how they put this Short Source product they are selling to customers generates electricity. So because of the potential difference, there's a difference in potentials here. Here is hotter than this side. As such, energy or electrons will flow from the hot side to the cold side. Then you have they'll tap the current, the electricity from here, this cathode. So you see the direction, and then the electricity comes out from here, amongst other things. So so they went on to say down here that since the beginning of the year, FCEL stock has outperformed the broader market, gaining 20% year to date to trade at $6.28 at some point. Is that the case? Since this year, I think the high of this year, $6.28, that's where we have it, and also that's actually $6.94, and it was on the 10th of March. That's also where resistance lies, or just slightly below its 200-day moving average. So the high of this year is that $6.28. It hasn't gone beyond that. And then they went on to say that in the past 2 quarters, FuelCell Energy missed analysts' earnings per share guidance, but beat revenue anticipations by $5.53 million in the first quarter of 2022. The clean energy stock is not expected to deliver profit in the next 2 years, but net sales are projected to nearly double to this year to $137 million compared to $69.6 million in 2021. Despite being unprofitable, the stock, with exposure to CCUS technologies, has a net cash position of $343 million at the end of 2021, and is expected to reduce free cash flow loss in 2022 to $160 million compared to a massive deficit of $768 million last year. Okay, so let's find out what this CCS use. Yes, I think carbon capture, something like carbon capture. Let's find out. Yes, CCS, if you don't mind. Let's find out what that means. CCUS. Yes, carbon capture, utilization and storage. Yes, so that's what they do, amongst other things. So moving on back and see what's going on here, we can see that yes, the stock started to rally. It hit this. Okay, this is not the high of the last 52 weeks, but as of the 12th of November, it reached $11.21. At this time, we're now the rumblings of high energy costs was already in the market, even though a lot of market participants hadn't taken notice. And I think that's when this may have been when it reached its peak, but it began to retrace and reached its 52-week low on the 27th of January, and started to make higher highs and higher lows, and then reached that resistance of $6.94 on the 10th of March, and retraced, fell below its 10-day moving average, and pivoted from there. Market participants observed and saw probably that's a good sign, and they tried again. It hit yet another resistance, and this time around 6.82. So it has two clear resistances, 6.97 and 6.82, and since that time it has continued to print lower lows and lower highs, and we now have another resistance again at 6.18. So of late we haven't seen any more strength of coming out from the stock. And down here we can see the average, a new indicator we've added to indicate to us what the volatility is like. We can see clearly it is a bearish. This is a daily indicator, so it just prints the sort of volatility it has on a daily basis. It's a bearish one. Okay, and on the 1 month chart, that's also what this average trading range is. Average true trading range is indicating the volatility. It's also pretty much flat as well. Okay, so, and we also have other indicators we normally look at. If it looks like momentum is slightly improving there, but it's still oversold. Okay, down here we can see from the readout that it appears to be consolidating within a longer term downtrend. Yes, I think this 10-day average true volume, you can see that the volatility to some extent it's validating that, and I think also the chart is also doing the same as well, pretty much. Let's see what the 1 month chart is indicating there, whether it's indicating a consolidation as well. Okay, yeah, sideways movement since the 14th of as a matter of fact, this is since just the last trading session, it's been moving sideways. So it's the readout here is saying that it is consolidating within a longer term downtrend. Shares are presently below the 200-day moving average, which is falling along with the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index is below 20, indicating that the shares have exhibited sideways movement. Yes, and it's lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for FuelCell Energy is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, as we indicated earlier on, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term accumulation is giving way to near term selling pressure by traders. Yes, you can see the 9.6 million shares crossed the tape. The 10-day average is 14.087 million shares. Last 90 days is 22.99989. So this is also a time when institutional investors begin to, especially value investors, they begin to gradually and quietly pick up shares in a company that nobody's looking at, but they know how to do it. They do it in such a way that they don't rattle the market, they don't cause the the shares to spike, because when you have the stock trading in low volumes, it means that if you're not careful, if you don't know how to go about it, you can cause the stock to move in a certain direction. You know, if you go there and you want to pick up 9 million shares, for instance, it's definitely going to affect the stock. The stock is likely going to alarm others to probably come in to sell up and change things. But in any case, what is certain is that things are quite quiet at the moment. They are quite quiet at the moment, but it's nowhere near its 52-week low. It's been moving sideways. There's a good chance it could always spike. There's a good chance if this consolidation continues, something positive might happen. And also you can see it is trading below all of its moving averages, all of them, on this daily chart, even on this 1 month chart as well, trading below all of its moving averages. So it's looking attractive. It has dipped, as a matter of fact, even though this is not the lowest. It has dipped, and it's since the last 52 weeks. So given all of these things, all of these factors, we took this resistance price of $6.27 and this low of 5.36, and we found a difference and multiplied that by the 2.618 Fibonacci extension level, and then added it to the current price of $5.28 is the current price now. 5.28 is, and we determined a target of $7.5. So the last time it was at $7.5 was sometime in November of last year, I think. 5.7, anywhere close to that was as of the last time I was anywhere close to that was sometime in early January or thereabout, early December of last year. So fingers crossed, it's possible that it can still get there. Even though we have seen that the 200-day moving average is proven has been a resistance of late, but we're maintaining our target of $7.5. Fundamentally, things are looking stable at the moment, so see what you make of FCEL stock, and I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.